that. We can edit this.
We're co-creating. Halloween. Yes. We're recording this on Halloween.
We're recording on Halloween, everybody.
Yes. I'm Whit.
I'm Z.
And we are doing a video series on co-creation. What even is it? What does it mean to us? How do we flow with it?
Exactly.
All of it. And we just really wanted to share our unique experience and kind of how we work.
Perspective.
Yeah, and give maybe an example, tangible examples of ways that if you want to implement a different way to co-create with others, you have this tangible something to pull from. Because I feel like a lot of what we do isn't talked about.
Nah.
Out there.
Nope. You hear a lot of co-creation though. I mean, it's everywhere, at least from my experience and what I hear, see.
Yeah.
But it took me that time to fully be like, well, what the heck is co-creation? Like,
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it. That's nice. Like, am I this just like a work partnership? Are we just like, how do we actually do that?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
How do we do it? So to start, we wanted to pose the question, which feel free to comment your own definition of co-creation.
Please
but
do.
what does co-creation mean to us?
Yep.
So we're gonna dive in a little bit in a few different ways, and I felt like maybe starting with a story of ways co-creations have shown up for us that might be cool to share. Okay, so a co-creation story to set the tone. First of all, when we meet, it is very rare that we have a meeting. We like to call them playground portals, by the way.
Yep.
We don't really meet on Zoom very often. I think maybe we've done it twice.
Yep.
Total. Pretty much every time we're doing it, we are out in nature, or we decide to go to a really fun immersive installation of some kind. We're with your dog. We're doing other things. Yep. And we're honoring the ways in which we naturally want to be in the world and how our bodies feel most expansive. And so an example of that recently is Z drove us up into the mountains, and we decided on a hiking trail. And we just kind of, first of all, we were just like figuring out, because there was a bunch of different options. And we're like, okay, what feels good for us that day? What feels good? And then all of a sudden we got out of the car and there was like a loud fucking drilling noises or sawing noises or something. We're like, got it, sign to not go that way. Okay, so then we like went down another path. I think the biggest thing for me in that co-creation that day was being very in flow. Like, we touched on so many topics.
Yep.
And we were here and we were here and we were here and we were here, but it never felt overwhelming to me, and it felt very, it wasn't just co-creation between us, it was co-creation between like everything around us and also our projects and businesses and things. So it was like flowing through us. And for me, that was like one of the biggest distinctions of an example of co-creation for me, is it's not something that I'm like doing and producing, it's something that's flowing through.
Yes.
Anyways, that day was like really magical for me, and I like didn't know what time it was. I had no idea if we were there for like 10 hours or like 2. It was one of those things like typically when I'm a leaf. Typically when I like working with people or I've co-created with people, sometimes it'll take like weeks to get through certain things, which is fine, right? Who cares? That day I felt like we got through like months worth of things in like a couple hours. So that was the flow aspect of it, and the amount that you're able to work through in a space feels significant in the co-creation and what we experience, or what I experience with you.
For sure.
Yeah, what about you? Do you have any examples or anything popping in?
I do have examples, and also I just want to say, like, from my perspective as I'm listening to your immersive experience running through co-creation, the things that pop up for me that I know that I feel like I'm in co-creation, for one, is lose time.
Yeah.
There's no time. We're not in time space. We are in flow. We're creating. We're having a lot of fun. It's in play.
Yes.
2, it's embodied. So I'm walking in my own visceral experience, having a connection with her and everything else around us. It's all in harmony. There's like no difference. It's not choppy. It's not here's my business, here's my friendship, this is like a whole immersive experience. That's a dance. I'd have to say like my favorite co-creative experience, and this is like towards the very beginning of our co-creative process.
Nice.
When we were like, how are we actually going to dance, right?
Yeah.
How are we going to like work with our projects, our businesses? What does that actually look like? Was I just want to have a fire with you.
Yes.
I just want to have a fire, have some elements running through the space. Let's see how that like co-creates, moves its way through, and understanding that like about myself and how I like to co-create with myself was like the first and foremost thing that I do with co-creation. How do I want to co-create with my own body? How do I want to co-create with my own essence, my authenticity, my soul aspect, my frequency? How do I want to do that? And if I know that and how I like to do that, then I like to invite like my co-creators into the space, right? I'm going to invite you. Do you want to co-play with me in the space? How is that going to work out? And I think that was probably one of our very first like meetings. You would call it meetings.
Yeah.
For our businesses, for like how that was going to look, how that was going to work.
Yeah.
And it was very much so in flow. We had a lot of creative talk happening. Again, no time was flowing through there. We did a few videos to get out, and that's my first favorite.
I love that, and I love how like we've kept up with that, and like it's gone in phases where like we've done fires as a like kind of grounding point
For sure.
or to help move certain things. And then what you said earlier about like that wholeness, like bringing all these elements of like our friendship, our businesses, the nature around us, the fire, the elements, whatever it is, right? There's the not segmented piece feels so big with the co-creation.
Totally.
Because I'm not leaving anything behind, like, you know, at home or whatever when we're meeting. I'm like, oh, this is all of, as much of me as I can hold in the moment is what I'm bringing. And that takes a lot of trust.
For sure.
Trust in self and trust in the person you're co-creating with to be like, yeah, I'm letting you see the things.
This is all of it on the table. That means like during co-creative process, if I'm having a situation in my body and I'm feeling it, there's a trigger, a pattern coming up, something that's flying, who knows, I'm gonna be super honest about it. I've let it out before, or like that's just it. And
Same.
you know, we have the ability to dance with that, because at the end of the day, I respect her process and where she's at. Always, no matter what. I want her all on the table, everything out. If we're in a process and we're doing that, it doesn't mean we disconnect from each other. It doesn't mean that there's the co-creation process stops. It just means we make that a part of our co-creation.
Yep.
Right? That's a building block.
That's an element that it's a juicy element too.
For sure.
Because it's like you're leaving things. I mean, people talk about like leaving things. You just left that on the table to whatever. Like this is the same thing. If there's like a pause or there's a discomfort in the body or nervous system dysregulation or whatever it is, and we're kind of like, and we're leaving it over here. Oh, I don't want to burden Z with that. No, like this is a juicy thing to. What can we build with that? Like.
What?
And a lot of times for me, it's been like the building of more trust, and also when you show up. I'll just bring it back to the fire example. Like I have had fires before. I've been around fires, but I haven't done it in the way that you've done it. And so you showing up fully and being like, and here are my drums, and like these are the ways that I like honor the fire. Like these are learning opportunities for me, and like ways that I can like get to know Z more, how she co-creates with things. And then also I'm like, oh, are there ways that I want to kind of like implement certain things that might feel better for me and I feel more connected? So it's like, it's this expansive piece too, where I'm like, I didn't necessarily expect that when we first decided to do this dance, but like the learning aspect of it has been huge.
Massive. As in
huge.
Like, my most exciting piece with this is I'm gonna have a moment with you, whatever that is, and we're going to expand from that. It's always a continuous expansion, and it grows from that. So each building block that we create, whether that is in play or whether we have an emotion come up or whether we're in a really hecka deep space, because we've been in them many times.
That's going to be another video. Deep spaces.
We've used it for expansion. Okay. Well, that's a massive stepping stone. We each get to have our perspective. We feel into it. We feel what our body's feeling about it. See what is coming in about it, and then we come back around and hit each other again with that embodiment. And that's the next step in the expansion.
Yep. So yeah, co-creation, it's not just a single sentence definition that I feel like is often be like, oh, this is what this is. To me, it's a whole experiential, immersive, ever-growing, expansive consciousness, almost like it's its own being. It feels like it's another element to it when we're adding. It's like a combined element of both of us. Like we can honor ourselves individually, but when we come together, it's like this third thing. I don't know how to describe it, but
I would say it's alchemy.
Yeah.
We have our own personal, and this is like my experience with co-creation is I'm entirely settled within my system. I understand myself well enough, and if I don't know, which I don't all my things I don't know.
For real.
I'm going to bring the unknown to the table because I'm not going to know all the things.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to make this expand, is that I'm in my vulnerability, unknowing. Everything's on the table, and each one of those components, whether it's the inner child moment that we have together, whether I'm talking about something that I want to work with the business, her entire wholeness piece, everything that she has, all of her aspects, is going to alchemize with that part of me. And it is like a third like embodiment that runs through the space, that keeps running and moving and growing, but is always alchemized, always growing, always expanding. And that's because we have the ability to be in ourselves first. We're not depending on each other for anything. We're here to dance, to play, and to build.
And the willingness to walk on the edge of what co-creation is, I think, too, which we've said pretty much like in all of our examples, but I'll just name it directly, of like, you can look up definitions, you can look up data points, you can look at whatever, and all those things are beautiful. Those are just suggestions and perspectives, but like the co-creative dance that we're doing is like right on that edge of like what's possible for us. Like,
for sure,
we're making it up as we go. Like Playground Portal, are you gonna be able to like Google that shit and figure that out? Like, we came to that conclusion once we were like feeling into like meetings feel sterile. Both of us were like, this, like, I get it, I'll play that game if somebody loves the word meeting, and that's, you know, a common thing, but like for us, we know what we mean when we say that. And it has its own frequency and energy to that when we use that language. And so we show up in this play state of like, what can we play with and build today? Let's find out.
Exactly. And it's constantly walking on that edge, because we're like, that doesn't feel good to us in this co-creation. So what do we want to create? Let's create a map, a word, a sequencing, a handshake, which we're going to do.
We're going to make a handshake.
That feels very empowering to us, and that allows us to continue to grow and build.
Yes. Hold on, I have to figure out what other sections we have here. I feel like we covered so many things.
We did pretty damn great with that one.
Oh yeah, do we have any action or reflection prompts for them?
I mean, I would say, like, first off and foremost, like, just to sit with and write down what is co-creation to you. Right. What is your full embodiment of co-creation, or what you feel like is co-creation to you? Because that's the biggest thing that's the only thing that matters, really.
And that's anytime I jump into co-creation with somebody. Before I do that, it's like one of the first questions I ask them, like, what does it mean to you, and how do you like to create? Like, and if you know those things, like, at a deep level, and not just like, oh, well, this is what it should be, or this is what I have to do. Removing those and really getting to the heart of it, like, that's a huge first step. I would say, like, sit with that for a good period of time. Sit with it. It takes some time, because you really got to know yourself. But if there's anybody who has sat with that, or if you have initial sparks that pop in, I would love to see in the comments, and also co-create with you in that way. I see every little element of interaction with others as co-creation.
For sure.
Something that I often say is our moment-to-moment choices are our creations, and so ways that we can interact with others, even in an online forum with, you know, comments and stuff, are mini co-creations. So feel free to share your thoughts about what co-creation is to you and how it kind of shows up in your life, because I would love to here. You might spark something too, like a future video or something.
Oh, absolutely. We want that in the space.
Yes.
So please come in with questions. Question us, you know?
Yes, please.
Especially, like, you know, just get in and, like, ask questions. And we're more than willing and happy to, like, break stuff down, see how that feels to us, and work with you in a co-creative space. Because over time, like, at least I can speak for myself, I want to work with more of y'all who are ready to be in the space.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We gave a lot of examples and a lot of things, and if it feels very outside the box to you, like, I would love to break it down further.
Oh, totally.
Maybe in a response comment or maybe a full-on video, because I feel like a lot of the things we talked about could be a whole video.
And they will be.
And they will be.
So.
And they will be. We'll see you in the next video.
And happy Halloween.
And happy Halloween. Woo, woo, woo.